10 editors ranging from absolute beginners to very advanced all send me their edits to review with the goal of improving their video editing to be able to charge higher prices. This is the best 24 minutes of it, so it's all very concise and you will be able to implement these techniques into your own editing. So enjoy. For the first animations, it had problems with the foundation. So a lot of editors fuck up animations before they even start. So this first animation I'm gonna cover exactly when you should and shouldn't make animations, how to fix the composition of animations so it looks more understandable, how to use eye tracking tactics to make your animations look more professional and have a higher chance of you being higher, and how to fix the coloring in your animations. All of these things are super foundational and they are the most important for animations.
Minecraft version 1.21 has a ton of new features to the game, including new mobs, animal variants, and so much more. I want to start a world that will be within the 1.21 era.
Animations are good, but too much going on and some animations are unclear. Yep, exactly, sir. So right now, let's look at the text directly. Let's play it at slow motion. Let's see, like, trying to read the text or trying to see what's happening looks like. So we see it here and it has like a rotation over there and comes right here. This text is not supposed to move that much. Like just at like a quarter speed. If we say it at real-time speed, then we don't actually have time to look at the image at all. I don't think anyone here has looked at the image. The text moved so much that we can't even look at the image or the background or anything. Rosie made a great point that these torches are also like a great source of light. So right now we have like a vignette, which is like the opposite of the lighting here. Instead of having the light be over here, you should like dim everything down, make everything darker, and put the lights over here. That would be like way more cinematic and would make way more sense because of the torches. You should not have added this transition. What text animation should he have added to the text, boys? Counter. Exactly, waffle. Okay, here's what he should have done. He should have added like the 1 that's static because the 1 doesn't change. And then the other text, which is 0.1, we add that. And then it turns to 2.1. That way the text is static. And also we see like the updates coming and going. 11, thumbnail, 12, thumbnail, 13, 14, 15. Thumbnail, it keeps like updating. That way we have a clear image that doesn't update. Here, the point isn't that we're gonna see every image because it's gonna be like 20 images a second. The point here is that we see the progress, we see the thumbnail. The game has changed. Like we see such a change. People do like match cut, for example, saying like AI has taken over and it's like in the news and newspapers and documents and whatever, like the same sentence. You don't actually see every image. You don't see everything around it. You just get the general idea that it's happening so much. You want to make animations with thought behind them, what you're trying to convey. So here in the first example, like I said, we would add a match cut for the images and add a counter effect for the text. I always hated this transition. First of all, like you didn't actually do it right because it doesn't match. But also like, again, animations for the sake of animations. This doesn't add anything. Like this should have been footage. It's okay to like make a background. It's okay to add lots of animations. It's not okay to do it when the actual concept isn't explained. So here you should have just like recorded 3 dogs in Minecraft and just like put the footage of it. Boys, there are 4 rules of composition. Which one is he breaking right now? To recap them, I have covered them and how to think about them. There are the center lines, rule of thirds, safe margins, and empty space. Breaking the empty space rule. You could say, technically, if we didn't have like the empty space rule, that, oh, this is in the center and this is in the lower rule of thirds. The problem is not that he's not using the rule of thirds. The problem is that he has so much empty space here that doesn't have anything. Like stuff should have been added here. Yeah, like there's so much empty space at the top here. Should have either added more stuff there or removed more stuff from here. Right now, the contrast is not there at all. So let's look at the contrast. What contrasts here? This heart. What are we supposed to look at? Everything but the heart. We're supposed to look at this thing in the middle. We're supposed to look at the play button. We're supposed to look at the text. And all of them blend in. There's no big contrast between the colors. The heart should be less saturated and the main focus should be more saturated. First of all, like the color scheme here, I don't like. This should have been replaced with footage as well. But like the background of the dogs, it's more contested than the dogs. While saying this, I looked at the background. I didn't look at the dogs, which is a problem. For the second edit, the editor didn't understand a super important concept. Is that YouTubers only give you seconds for you to prove yourself. And if you don't do it immediately, it's just gonna bounce right away. You're gonna go to the next editor, you look at hundreds of editors before they decide who to hire. And they give you like seconds to prove yourself.
Today we say goodbye to my last remaining brain cell. Footballers getting injured seems... The only protection footballers wear are shin pads so small you need a microscope, but what if we could change that? What if I could find injury...
It took 3, 4, 5, 17, 18 for the first animation. 18 seconds, 13 seconds, and I thought, okay, there's no animations here. This is a problem that the video didn't have any animations. Like it was low portfolio potential. I literally paused it and then went through the rest and was surprised with the animations. Okay, this is not a preview. These animations look cool. Like this looks super cool. Like I know it's AI and shit, but it looks cool nonetheless. Like Like people don't realize it. Like these two animations should begin first second. So if you go on my profile, every animation starts like exact second. So what's the first frame here? It's the animation. Like that's the thumbnail of the video. Like the first frame is the thumbnail. I guarantee to you that 95% of people clicked off by this time. With the third edit, it had problems with the keyframing. So overall, we've been talking about principles so far. Right now, he messed up inside of Premiere Pro. So now we're gonna talk about the actual inside of Premiere Pro, how to make the keyframes, and also how to think of animations and plan them out in a way that is attractive for YouTubers.
All right, listen up. I'm about to reveal the exact playbook that built a $1 trillion empire right in front of everyone's eyes. While most financiers are out there gatekeeping the industry, to wealth that 99% of entrepreneurs follow is actually destroying their chances of success. Ad costs keep rising, competition is brutal.
Lack of movement, lack of explanation, and roughness. Here, when it goes to the full screen scenes, it starts being too static. So here's the thing. You don't add handheld shake to people talking. That's not how it works. But when you put full screen animations, they need handheld shake or they become too static. You look like a still frame. Yeah, and this one, like right after it finishes moving, it looks like it just lagged. There's nothing moving at all. Step one, every edit that's full screen, you add handheld shake to it. You add handheld shake to the full scene. Step two, explanation. So there's some animations that weren't explained properly. Mainly this one is the one that caught my attention. First of all, off-centered massively. Big difference. And also vertically. And then add, of course, with 1D and show that it increases. That's the point, because ad cost increases over time. Ad costs do not go down, they only go up over time. The additional 99 follow. That's the wrong tense. This is supposed to be a roadmap, so that doesn't explain the concept. The concept here was supposed to be like here. This is animations that you took inspiration from one of my videos. I showed steps. You do like you fix your portfolio, you do outreach, you convert clients. These are steps. You just put text over this C, which again, like it doesn't explain. Last thing, the animations are too rough. So in the slide up here, like the movements here, the keyframes are something like this. Actually, not even like this. They're gonna be something like this. From what I assume. You want to make it longer and sharper, so make it look like this. These are the three problems that we're seeing here. Handheld shake with full screen scenes, explanation with a lot of scenes, did not explain the concept, and at last, roughen up keyframe. By the way, if you want to get your editing reviewed like these people and me, go say to your portfolio, analyze it, and set up automated outreach and do basically everything to make sure that you succeed as a video editor faster than all of your competition, click the link in the description to learn more. For the first edit, the editor made a mistake that most people won't even notice, but it will actually stop him from getting hired by YouTubers so much. I covered exactly the problems that he did outside of his editing that would have stopped him from getting hired.
Neighborhood for carjacking. The plan is simple. Place 3 bait cars around the city, get at least one of these cars stolen, track the thief down, then make them race us on a go-kart track to determine if they go to jail or keep the car for free.
The Ford Fusion was 3,000, Nissan was 5, and the Bronco was 9.
I usually don't give this as like straight out advice, but honestly, I'm gonna give it in this situation. But I do not recommend 3D scenes at all. Because you also have this animation that is like way better for the video and looks as clean and probably takes way less time. Does it look cool? It looks cool as a 3D design. Though if you did something that's super similar, but like in this style instead where it's fixed 3D, this would have been perfect. Like this animation is perfect. Just seeing like way over the top 3D scenes. It doesn't look like a video editor again. Like at this point, you're a 3D designer. Something that YouTubers care a lot about is the retention of the video. So in this fifth edit, I covered the tactics that MrBeast talks about all of the time to improve the retention of videos. That way, he is more likely to be hired by YouTubers.
Has the ability to duplicate any mutation in the game, meaning it can duplicate super rare mutations and even admin mutations. Brand new T-Rex in Glow Garden. To see every mutation we get, make sure to watch all the way till the end of the video, and of course subscribe to be an OG.
I've actually never seen it with audio, so like I'm actually super disappointed with some music. Wow, come on. Like the animation is amazing. You use the syndiction music, the dun dun da. Dun. Okay, we're gonna have to change your music. Though it doesn't matter because the animation is great. Rule of thumb, you never use any music that is overused. So even if the music fits the emotion, like we said, boys, emotion and pacing, these are the two things you look at for music. You do not use overused music. This particular niche of theme of music that you use, wafu, it's called syndiction music. It was popularized by syndiction, and it's basically like they all follow this rhythm of like, it has all the same rhythm, but it also became super popular. It's like the MrBeast font. There's nothing wrong with MrBeast font fundamentally, but everyone uses it. This works with the good stuff in this. First of all, it's all Roblox Fruit Grow a Garden themed. This whole scene that he made looks like Roblox Grow a Garden. And he has like Noob Farm, My Farm. Noob Farm, my farm. He added the text, and like you have lights, you have like the shadows of the monster, and like this way you can make an animation and confirm the click. So that way you don't actually have to show footage, or you can make animations look so realistic that they know they clicked on a Grow a Garden video from the animation. So we've done a great job at that by like replicating the sun, the sky, and especially the ground. Like I seen you post this ground texture. Like finding that ground texture in specific made this animation way better. And then at the end, you also done a great job with this heavenly text. I love the jump cut zoom, like amazing jump at that. Like most people would do like a zoom in that like it's slow, but you wanted to add impact to the heavenly legendary truth. So you added a jump cut with like shake. You had so much impact. You also like made everything as blur. You added glow to it. That added so much impact. So that first animation is perfect. But yeah, your next step is basically like doing the same type of animations on a real video.
A lot of the people who I'm outreaching to right now are telling me like, is there a full version of this?
Yeah.
Is there a full video version of this? And then it's just like low-key pissing me off because it's like, bro, how the frick am I supposed to tell them we'll do this in the one-to-one, but how am I supposed to tell them to actually convert them like that I can do the full like video instead of the freaking short re-edit?
So like the problem is not having social proof. When someone asks like, I don't know if that weight loss thing is gonna work for me, because you show him like a wall of proof of people that lost weight with it. The same way with editing. Like I'm not sure if you're actually gonna be able to deliver on the video. You're able to show them a wall of videos that you have delivered on. Right now it's gonna be harder to handle that objection.
Yeah.
For the 6th edit, it was actually pretty heartbreaking. It was tragic because an editor who made an amazing edit ruined it completely with a few simple mistakes that could have been avoided. So let's walk through these mistakes.
Yeah, you told me to make some changes.
Cool shit. Looks nice. This doesn't look nice at all. Holy shit, man! Like these are insane differences. So good news, you have really exceptional animations. Bad news, you have really trash animations. These two animations are super cool. Like stuff that like portfolio words and stuff that are gonna keep your months. Here, this is a background that is straight off of Google. This image doesn't match. And this golem image isn't actually like just fake, like it's a model, like, and it doesn't match the ground at all. And the zoom, again, like you made the same mistake with zoom, like I covered it last time. Not this.
Oh, yeah.
I like the text effect here. Nonetheless, like this movement is super weird. Like everything here looks weird.
It's really slow. Should I make it fast?
It's not making it fast. It's just like it doesn't have any purpose. Like it's just moving. Why is it moving slowly like that? What's happening? This whole animation was just deleted, honestly. Just learn for future animations. Don't take like images straight off Google, especially like these weird ones, because like this looks uncanny compared to your normal animations. On these two ones, you have done all of the. I like the spider. I like the cobweb. Just make the
I also
cobweb,
changed the vines.
yeah, nice. Just make the cobweb bigger, and you mean like the torch, the light, like everything here you have improved. It looks super cool. This looks super cool. This is what looks questionable.
He's explaining a concept, and I decided to use like paper texture for it.
So main problem again. This is the graphs that you're using. You move all graphs that look like this. All graphs should look like this. Beside that, also like the image has a black background, and it's like there's no lighting, there's nothing, it's just like a blank image. And these lines, I do get what you're trying to do with them. It could have done better. Matter of fact, I did like an exact animation like this one. Like here, I feel like this effect, if you compare the two side by side, this one looks way more interesting and like cooler, basically like cardboard. So it's the same exact concept, but like skewed it better. The 7th edit is from an editor I love, which is Kel. He did a re-edit, and re-edits are amazing. It got Kel to his first $1,000 per video client. So right now we're gonna analyze the re-edit, and if you're gonna do a re-edit at any point in your editing career, this is gonna be super useful for you.
I just want my edit reviewed. Also, this one was a re-edit because the guy, he didn't respond. Obviously, like there could be a lot of reasons for that, but I just want to see like, is there anything in the editing wise that could have made it not?
Strategy. So how we got the idea, how we validated the idea, how we built the MVP, how we got our first users, how we actually launched publicly, how we actually.
What I did was like very similar to what was already there.
Oh yeah, this editing fucking sucks. It's perfect. Yeah, like it's perfect. Like the editing sucked, so he improved it a lot. How did you contact him?
Twitter and email.
Honestly, I'm feeling right now it's like one of two reasons mainly. One of them you can kind of control, the second you cannot. Big people like this because it's like a big dog. It's like
yeah, he's huge.
First of all, like they probably will not check the Twitter DMs. Second of all, you probably do not check the email. Yeah, it could have been lost. I would follow up on it a lot, like even follow up 11 times. But nonetheless, like, there's a chance that it basically gets lost, like by his manager
Yeah, like I wasn't like I was kind of hoping that I would get the job from the re-edit, but at the same time, like I had it in mind that it's probably
Yeah.
not gonna happen right away. So
So like in that case, I would basically try to find like the closest thing you can go to. Like you probably can go from him to an old account or the imam on Instagram, and then like I would go even further and see like the ones he's following and try to find an old
one of his alts.
yeah, and then
Okay.
like the M that like I would try to go that far. I would also like maybe respond to one of his stories. The way I try to set up the funnels is to eliminate luck completely. I will hoping, or I hope he sees it. I don't like this luck element. Therefore, like the reasons are I say like in the models, re-editing, the main point of it is to get work, and then you do loom outreach or mass code outreach or automated outreach. It's because the volume negates luck. The eighth edit is actually from a very old friend of mine that I love dearly. I have been helping him for a very long time, and he did all of the advice that I said perfectly, and he made an amazing edit. So we're gonna analyze it right now and see all of the correct stuff that he has done so you can learn from them.
So with the super smelter done, it doesn't actually help us automate any blocks, but it does help us get some stone, which we need for repeaters. So at least we're a little bit like an iron farm and a wood farm to do. And we've also got some slightly less important ones like a slime farm for the sticky pistons and a bartering farm for the quartz. To make is a bartering farm, but in order for us to actually be able to use that, we're gonna need a lot of gold, which means we're gonna have to build a gold farm. So
I like the style of like everything having handheld shakes that is separate. So there's like small details that most of you guys like don't notice. The handheld shakes here are off timed. So usually when you add like see handheld shakes to see objects, they all like have the same handheld shake. They all move like this. You want to have like a handheld shake keyframes off time, so it looks like this instead. There's like movements that are opposite random, like off timed. When you put like two objects on top of each other and then put two handheld shakes, they basically sync up. It's not handheld shake anymore. So I love that detail. Like you can see that they have like different handheld shakes. I like the preset of like the bouncing, perfect use of the preset. And also the preset is so fucking like it works perfectly here. The bigger and like pop, like having a small like shake as he holds it and then like gives it away perfect. I would push this like way forward in the preview. You want to use this in a video, then you find a better client that will allow you for portfolio rewards DNS. If it doesn't allow you to do animations, then you didn't optimize for portfolio. You didn't optimize for views, subscribers, editing, and popularity. That's not what you optimized for. You just optimized for money, which is again like a mistake. For the next edit, we talked about lighting and transitions, both concepts that can level up your animations by a lot. If you're able to use them correctly, they're gonna be amazing for your editing career. So let's go.
Yo, it's Rob here from Showdown. Today I'm here with
Manga Mama Perry,
Kumar Sutra, and today we are going to be playing Anime Wars. So I'm gonna have to redo the spinning here. We're gonna pick different topics. We basically have to play the strongest anime character. Whoever has the most cards wins. And I'm sure you guys already know how to play War. So let's get right into it. Let's see what we get. Looks like we're starting off with Bleach.
So mainly on the lighting, like just first thing that I have noticed is that the lighting is super extreme, that it looks low quality. So right now you have PC edge lighting, right? You don't even need lighting just because the light source is not coming from that direction. So let me open my screen. Yeah, you put the light source coming from this direction, so it would be coming like this, which is not the case. Right here, if you wanted to look 3D, you would add drop shadow on the table on all directions like that. And then you add like a drop shadow over this arrow again, like subtle one, because it's on the table. This is how like drop shadow works on tables. Or if there's a light on that direction, it still would not be this heavy. So you can see how like the light is super bright and super like, it's not blurry, bright and super concentrated. That doesn't fit the scene. So right now it looks lower quality. So first thing to change, I would have changed, like I would have removed the lighting as a whole and just done the shadows in this scene. And even if you do the lighting, then make it more blurry. I would have just added some transition. So just like in Super Smash Bros, there should be some movements. Yeah, like the text is moving to the right, the player comes over here, stuff like this. You show her first. The first thing that you show is that you show her, and then you make it like move to the left, like slowly as some movement, because right now the scene looks super static.
Okay.
Even though it's rotoscoped, it's super static. So I would like introduce three elements differently. I would first of all introduce her, and then introduce the background, and then the text. Make her like kind of spawn in with some like transition where like she slides in, and then the background does the same thing with like some flash, and then the text gets written, adds a lot of depth. For the 10th and the last edit, the editor has made some mistakes with his composition. There's some mistakes that would ruin the retention of a video. And here we're gonna cover all of these mistakes, how to avoid them, and how to make your animations easier to understand. That way you have a higher chance of getting hired.
patch of gravel, which there's actually quite a lot more than I thought there would be in here. I just started mining it because it was like surface level, so it's pretty easy to get. I am doing this through the night, and I've had a couple mobs sneak up on me, but it hasn't been too bad. And honestly, this like scenery with like the shaders and the mine is slowly floating rotten flesh. And oh, he has a trident. Oh, I wish I had looting on my sword. We need to figure that out. I want to try it. I have never had a trident in Minecraft before. Shut up! Shut up!
Okay. Main problem,
I found
the animations are too confusing.
a little patch of gravel.
So let's start with the first one. First of all, you made this like patch of gravel where you have like one block missing here, which in itself is like a visual paradox. Like it looks like one of these things, which added to the confusion. There's a lot of things that we're gonna go over, but also funnily enough, you have done something like this where it's like super confusing on like what's happening here. Right now, it looks like an upside down gravel inside or outside or above or below the other gravels. Can't tell if the block is gone or not exactly. It's such a unique way to mess up. So.
Patch of gravel.
Or blurred stuff. So that's usually for attention. Because right now, like you could have just not blurred the gravel, and if you didn't blur it, it would make more sense. The reason that we blur gravel or blur whatever is that for attention. Like, and then we're gonna get this item later on in the video, and there's like 8, 10, 20 minutes of retention of people like waiting till we see what item it is, or even like 1 minute of retention. But like when you reveal it literally 1 second after, then there's no point of pixelating it. Now it's just like added confusion. First of all, like composition, also like a part that makes it even more confusing, is that she's down here. So when you make it animations, even if she's walking on the ground, it doesn't have to be like the literal ground of the video. I would put her in the row of stairs in the bottom one. I would put her on this row of stairs over here. Just move her up. There's no point of putting her like down here, like trying to put her moving on the ground. That doesn't actually do anything. Just now she's outside of the safety margins, and it makes it more confusing. So move her up. I would just show like a couple of gravel blocks like one by one, just like to add more depth, like showing them come up one by one. We remove the optical illusion, we fix the composition, and we show the gravel area, and we don't try to tease it. These three things make this animation way clearer. And then like after we make animations clear, we can make them fancy. So that's like the order of the course for a reason. We go through smooth animations, we go through understandable animations, and then we go fancy animations. That's the order. First of all, you need to know how to move keyframes. Then you need how to think of composition, how to think of them, stuff like that. And then you can make them fancy. Would the animation be finished if you do this? If you fix these problems? No, it will not be finished. But it would allow you then to start making a background, and then it will allow you to start like putting lighting on her and adding more movements and making it interact with the background and stuff like that. But first of all, we make it understandable. Here, too much movement, too much happening. I couldn't see the gravel like thing, so like let's count the stuff that are happening. 1, slide up. 2, subtitles. 3, green flash. 4, counter ups, just happening like throughout the entire thing. And then 5, slide out. All of it happened like this. Too much happening there. Nobody understands what's happening. I would make the slide down and slide up faster. It doesn't take like a lot of time moving. I would remove the green flash, and I wouldn't add subtitles in this section because it already has an animation. Basically, boys, with this animations, the experience summon, you don't put subtitles overall. The viewer cannot look at subtitles and animations at the same time. When there's nothing to look at, you put subtitles, you look at it, and when there's something to look at, you remove the subtitles. The main takeaways for your desktop is make animations more understandable by using composition, removing elements, not adding more. So removing the blur, removing the slide ups and downs, removing the green flash, stuff like that. You try to add like PC edge lighting, you messed it up a lot. So first of all, like the light is coming from this direction. So right now, like the light is coming like this. Usually not how light works. Usually there's no light on the ground. It's so unlucky that like when you mess up the PC edge lighting, you added so much shadow, so now it's all gray, and gray contrasts horribly with the background. That was the last edit for the day. If you're watching this far, then you're probably a video editor and you probably want to improve your editing. So if that sounds like you, click the link in the description to learn more. I have a limited time offer that's gonna end by the end of August, and there's only 14 spots where I coach editors one-to-one. I will break down all of your edits, and we will make you improve so much faster than all of your competition. Click the link in the description to learn more.